Good evening. I'm Gabriel Mathis, and tonight I will be discovering and explaining Italian cuisine. I want to inform you on this topic of Italian cuisine, and I want to inform my audience of the popularity and types of cuisine that is known for its diversity and simplicity, known as Italian cuisine. Italian cuisine is adapted from ancient times and is now widely known and adapted across the world as being simple, flavorful, yet bringing people closer together. And this is my introduction into Italian cuisine. You walk into the kitchen and the aroma hits you instantly. You can almost smell each individual component that's in the sauce. It's a Sunday afternoon and there's a big pot of sauce on the stove and pasta in the oven. The meal is simple yet so flavorful and amazing. You know your evening is going to be filled with full of great carbs, and it's going to be surrounded by people that you love and cherish. It's Italian cuisine, and it's your Sunday routine. Now, a reason to listen to my informative topic would be how Italian cuisine is one of the most widely known and adapted cuisines in the world, and therefore we want to figure out why it is. I have been surrounded by Italian cuisine and have been fortunate enough to taste it all my life, as have many of you. I have done my research on the internet and through text to discover its importance and adaptation to what we know it as today. So again, Italian cuisine, adapted from ancient times, is now widely known and adapted across the world as being simple, flavorful, and bringing people closer together. First this evening, I will discuss the importance of Italian cuisine. Second, I will discuss its popularity spike and adaptation over the years in the United States. Finally, I will discuss the origins of Italian cuisine and where it came from. Again, I'm going to first explain the understanding and importance of Italian cuisine and inform you on that. So according to Berkeley Center, Georgetown EDU, Italian food is not adapted to be fast. It's adapted to be slower, slow-paced, and Italians believe meals should be enjoyed. Also, according to that website, food is one of the most defining characteristics of Italian culture. It's what we're known for, and it's something that's taken very seriously. Many Italians are simple, and it only consists of a few ingredients in their recipes. Lastly, according to the Berkeley Center, Georgetown EDU, food is the only part of the meal that shouldn't be enjoyed. So the food is not the only thing that you should enjoy. The company is too. Longer meal times allow Italians to speak to one another, interact with one another, and they have meaningful conversations and they get to enjoy experiences together. Now that I have discussed the importance of Italian cuisine, I will now discuss the spike in popularity and its adaptation in the United States. There, of course, has been a popularity adapted from Italian cuisine into what we know it as today. The U.S. has its own form of adaptation of Italian cuisine. According to Tracy McMillan in her article titled How Italian Cuisine Became American as Apple Pie, through settling and immigration, we as Americans adapted our own style of Italian cuisine. Spiked popularity and interest, the style came around in the 40s. So marketing helped Italian cuisines, marketing them as interesting, sometimes cheap, and exciting places to eat. This allowed in the 1940s more Italian restaurants and the cuisine to be widely more known in the United States. According to her article as well, Italian food gained its current place in the essential American food today. It's so Americanized that it can now be found in populist forms. If you go to McDonald's, like Bojangles has mac and cheese, boxed macaroni and cheese. It's very stripped of its cultural roots. Now that we have learned about the spike in popularity and adaptation from Italian cuisine and what we know it as today, we will discuss the origins of Italian cuisine. To learn more about cuisine in its entirety, we must learn about where it comes from and how it originated. So the origins of Italian cuisine. In the beginning of building the empire, there was strong beliefs in religion, especially Christianity. They began to believe exercising heavy regulations upon people, behavior, and habits, including the way they ate. Food and eating were strongly associated with sin and sexuality. So pride, of course, was Adam and Eve's sin, but it did not manifest itself through the acts of women who ate the forbidden fruit. And this is all according to Francesca and her article, The History of Italian Cuisine. So this is going back to its original roots of how sin is a guilty pleasure and sin is when eating is a guilty pleasure. So that's all discussed in that, in how Christianity relates to Italian cuisine and its roots. Throughout expansion and Reformation, classes began to form, so different social classes. Throughout these classes, different foods were adapted and formed throughout the different classes, depending on the needs of the money and things like that. Of course, the empire embraced the flavors and ingredients that many of its lands had to conquer. So spices from the Middle East began to be, more imagined, as well as fish from the Mediterranean and cereals from fertile plains of North Africa. And that's all according to Francesca and her History of Italian Cuisine. So my conclusion today is that I first discussed the importance of Italian cuisine. I secondly discussed the spike of popularity and its adaptation over the years in the United States. And then I discussed the origins of Italian cuisine. And of course, Italian cuisine is adapted from ancient times. It is now widely known and adapted across the world as being simple, flavorful, and bringing people together. Remember next time that you are with your family, smelling the aroma of Italian flavor mixing together, enjoying company with one another, you will have a greater understanding and appreciation of Italian cuisine and where it comes from. We should all learn and all understand cultural aspects that we use when we are cooking in our daily lives. Thank you.